Hey guys, this is Jeremy with DJMRC. I just wanted to go over these NordicCrawl axles that I picked up in Norway when I was there. Piotr's making them. They are probably the coolest set of XR10 axles I have ever seen. So they're a lot different than regular XR10 axles, so I figured I would just do a quick teardown for people. This is the battery mount. Just mounts on these tabs. I swapped these out for button heads, and then I run a smaller battery, so I trimmed the back of that off, but seems to be a good mount. And then it comes with like your standard XR mount, and then you can swap this out. You do have to supply your own screws to run the other mount, but so you just take these off, and then I used 16 mil screws, I think. You just have to add this spacer right here, so it goes like this: black spacer, aluminum spacer on there, and it works really good. I'm running this one, so it mounts. Has plenty of room for a motor guard to sandwich between there. I used my rear as a front, so I have two rears of my motor guards with this mount. Seems good. All right, so typically, XR10 is two halves, right? A bottom half, top half, and then a link mount, a motor plate, a gearbox, a bearing plate on this side or whatever, and then the pinion cover. And Piotr designed them a lot different. So the axle's one piece, and then the link mount is part of this bearing piece, and then the motor plate is part of this piece, and then the bearing retainer part is this. So pull it apart real quick. It's cool because you take these 4 screws off and the whole axle separates. And these are weirdly quiet. XR10 axles are usually pretty quiet, but these are oddly quiet. Almost to like, maybe I'll leave the pinion a little loose so it makes some noise. I know it's moving. Yeah, so this is the one piece. The link mounts are angled. They're pretty close to like where a standard XR10 would be, but because the lower mount is vertical, it actually sits on a regular XR10, it actually sits farther back. So I think I run 2 fronts, so I think this extended my wheelbase about 10 millimeters, so I would guess maybe 5 per end. So if you're going from a regular rear to this for a rear, you probably would stay the same. So you would only gain like 5 mils in the front. But if you have 2 front axles, or front housings, I should say, then you're gonna be a bit long. So, yeah, that's your housing. And then make sure let's flip this around. Let's go this way. The fit and finish of these is phenomenal. All right, I'm not going to take it all the way apart, but I'll pull the sides off so you can see inside of it. I already loosened all the screws. They come tight enough. But, so that's this side. Normally all this would fit in the upper housing, and then this is like held in by the link mount. Bearing, decent sized bearing in there. It's as big as it can be because that's the part of the locker bearing. And then everything has, you can see like this groove, so everything like fits together. Even without the screws, it'll like line up. Oops. This is by the way, this is Gregorio's axle I'm tearing apart right now. Number 11. the motor or pinion cover has 2 screws. I only use 1. The XR10 axles had 2 because it was a motor plate, the gearbox, and then the pinion cover. So the pinion cover kind of helps sandwich the motor plate to this, but this is all one piece, the motor plate and the center thing. So this doesn't, I only use whatever screw is on the one I built, on the 2 I built. I just used whatever screw is most out of the way or easiest to access, and I just left the other one out. Definitely don't need to. That is my, I would say, my only criticism of these axles. There is, I wish the pinion cover was like molded more like the deluxe ones. Just, you get more, a little more clearance, links and rocks and whatever. But that's like pretty much my only criticism. So, alright, so this is just 2 pieces. Big bearings are flanged bearings, so that's why they can be open on this side. Cool. And then gears, the pins are big. I don't know if they're the same as deluxe. Let's see if I can zoom. Or bigger, I'm not really sure, but they're big pins. And the gears are, they drilled them out, but they're not machined at all, like down in, so pretty heavy gears, I would assume, but I think they're all cross-compatible. If you wanted to lighten it up and have a louder gearbox, you could go to like the old Axial or Deluxe. Not saying Deluxe are loud, but these are insanely quiet. It's pretty crazy. They come in pretty good grease. And then I think they're all like 2.5 mil screws instead of 3. Or maybe these are 3, I don't know. No, they're 2.5. Oh shit, sorry guys. Yeah, I wish this was just like, you know, molded flatter and down out of the way. Be cool. You don't need 2 screws in this. Gotta save that weight, right? And like these, you know, they snap together. It like will stay on there without any screws. Pretty impressive quality-wise. And then I just swapped. I already had XR10 axles on my car, so I just pulled these screws out, pulled all my stuff off, put these on, put my stuff back on. Literally took 15 minutes to swap these out. Only thing is I will need a bit shorter links on one end. I don't have enough rod end space to get another one on there, or to shorten it enough. And if you're running stumpies, which you should be running stumpies at this point, you mount the servo sideways, not like this. You know, use this mount. It comes with this mount. Way better. Makes way more sense. Cool, that's it. These things are beautiful. You can see all the machining. Maybe in the video. And then you can see mine with the skid plates. Plenty of room in there for motor, servo. Plenty of space, even with the motor plate sandwich, or the skids sandwiched in there. And then that's how it mounts, super clean. I had to add a little spacer here because I didn't want to grind since there's nothing carbon on this side, didn't want to grind the carbon off this side. So I just space the shock out a little bit, but still not too wide. I actually think it's perfect. Yeah, everything just swapped over, so cool.